Just 2 weeks and counting in the hotly contested race to become LA's next mayor. While city leadership remains in crisis weeks after the city council scandal, both Rick Caruso and Karen Bass are hitting the campaign trail hard, getting their messages out and taking some shots at each other. Phil Schuman live in Boyle Heights with the update for us. Phil.
Well, both candidates talking about leadership, both candidates talking about the crisis in the city of Los Angeles today, both talking about homelessness and taking shots at each other. Today it was riding a vintage fire engine in Boyle Heights as candidate Caruso continued to court the Latino vote while calling out LA's mayor for leaving the scandal over Nury Martinez, Kevin De Leon, and Gil Cedillo largely unresolved. What could Mayor Caruso do to move forward?
But this is where leadership matters, right? Where is Eric Garcetti? I mean, the mayor needs to stand up and say, okay, everybody, we're going to start doing the business of the city. Just because we had 3 people do something terrible, we're not going to allow the city to shut down.
Meantime, Karen Bass in South Los Angeles touting these relatively lower-cost, temporary homeless housing solutions to be built on city-owned lots by a company called Urban Awnings, criticizing Caruso for changing his emphasis on temporary housing from so-called tiny homes to an alternative called boxable, seen here.
His plans change from day to day, just like his party registration. What doesn't change is the con. His new idea is a big unknown, the cost isn't known, and there's no units available, just a wait list.
She's never built a thing. She has no experience in building. She's never pulled a permit. Here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to continue to do what we've been doing, which is her plan, and I'm not going to be an ideologue. If something isn't working, I'm going to go find solutions that do work. So we brought out the boxable, very popular.
The latest polls show the two statistically even though Caruso has vastly outspent Bass across all platforms. But about a quarter of likely voters still undecided. Caruso, who walked Boyle Heights briefly with actress Kate Del Castillo, has, in the tradition of most campaigning for office, made criticizing his opponent part of the pursuit of those undecideds, and she certainly has done the same.
Karen has never been a leader of any organization. I don't know how she thinks she could step in and take charge.
That is the choice in this race, solving the problem versus covering up the problem. We cannot let Rick Caruso con the voters of Los Angeles on homelessness, just like he changed his party registration 3 weeks before filing to run for mayor.
So back live in Boyle Heights, Alex and Christine, both candidates essentially saying they have a better plan to build temporary housing for the homeless faster and cheaper. You know how expensive it is, as we've been reporting. As for Caruso's shot against Mayor Garcetti, no official response, but I was stressed to me that Mayor Garcetti has been working hard behind the scenes to try to exert his leadership. Live in Boyle Heights, I'm Phil Schuman, Fox 11 News.
I've heard that too. A lot of work behind the scenes for Garcetti. Bass would say she was the leader of the California State Assembly. Thank you, Phil.